Hi, welcome. Good evening to all those who's joining us today, and good evening to you, Shobha. Good evening to you,
Good,
Watts. Thank you for joining us, Shobha. Thank you for joining in our segment, and we are so glad to have you. Good evening to you.
good evening, Rose and Watts. Thanks for
Yeah.
inviting me to join you this evening.
Hi. Thank you for joining us. And how are you feeling today?
Feeling really good and supercharged. It's been a very productive day. So yeah,
You're looking very lovely in that purple suit and your makeup. Now we're all
thank you.
surviving this MCO, and right now it's the fourth phase. How has it been going on with you?
I must admit that finally I have been a little bit more settled as compared to the first 2 weeks because we do have a retail outlet as well. And my husband is also in business with retail outlets. So the first 1 to 2 weeks, we're like finding the equilibrium. It's imbalance, and what are we going to do? But they always say that good things comes after the storm. Though we are not fully out of the storm, I would say things are more settled. We have plans. We have plans to move on, and we are actually not doing that bad. We are pretty good actually.
That's
Amazing, amazing. So this is the new norm. We all have to somehow get used to it. Amazing.
Yeah,
Good to
absolutely,
hear that.
absolutely.
Right.
okay. Before we start with the question, June said, "Wow, you all look so nice, lah. Enna seidi?" She said.
Hi,
Not bad.
Ready
June.
for
Listening to her
glamour?
typing it in English. Okay, cool. So, Shobha, I've known you for about few years now. I've been following you. I know what you've been doing. I didn't know you were the Tribal Asia's owner initially. When my sister-in-law came and spoke to me about Tribal Asia product, I think she was testing your hair product or something. So I was like, okay, that I didn't know you were the owner of that, but I knew you as a person that time. So when we went to your breakfast shop and all, then only I realized, hey, this is Shobha's place. So that's where I got to know. And you have been inspiring a lot of women out there. You have been doing a lot of work as well to help the women to come up in whatever they are doing. And you consult them as well. You do a lot of women empowerment talk. And at the same time, now you're writing a book. So your journey and experience in life is amazing. So, as much as I know about you, I also want our audience to know more about you. So please do tell me about you and your business and your beautiful journey that you've been going through.
Thank you so much first for such kind words. Thank you. Gratitude for that. Okay, actually, I started off, I was an accountant by profession. So a couple of years into accountancy, and I just realized that that was not something I wanted to do at all. Then I decided that I wanted to be my own boss. So what happens was that what was I going to do? So during that time, we're talking about 1999, where I got married. I'm quite ancient actually. Okay, so
You don't look one, so yeah.
I
We
was
don't
still
tell
in
nobody
school,
will know. You don't
high
look.
school.
so what happened was basically I was thinking of what to do, and that was the time I was going to get married. So I was trying to look out for some makeup artists, and I just couldn't find someone who I thought was professional enough in our industry. And then I decided after my wedding and all, why don't I go into something like this? Because I like to look at people who present themselves well, who look neat and tidy. I think we all get attracted to people like this. So I said there is a niche in this area, and I first actually trained to be a makeup artist. Very few people know this.
Okay, you're a
Yeah,
certified makeup artist.
yes, I am.
Amazing.
However, as I was doing my makeup work, I decided that what if I was going to have children and all that? Makeup is like something I cannot duplicate. If they want
Mm.
you, they want you. you know so I thought, okay, like with this Brahma Muhurtam timing and outstation calls and all, I said, well, maybe this is not something that could last too long, because I've always put my family in the center of everything else. And I decided that, okay, what should I do next? And that's when I went on to study my SIPTech, which is a aesthetics in a diploma in aesthetics. And that was in year 2000. So I'm 2 decades in this beauty industry. I started my groundwork from working as a promoter, as a consultant, as a therapist, and stuff like that. So some of the companies that I've worked with was like Estee Lauder. I still think I'm the first Indian to have in Malaysia to have joined their group. That was a big boost. I went into interviews like 6 times before I landed the job.
Wow.
Wasn't just like that until the HR managers thought that okay, I better give it to you this time. You know, that kind of thing.
You didn't give
that's why.
up. That's the whole point of it. You didn't give up.
Yeah.
I just turned up with my poker face, and I was like, okay, second time, third time, sixth time, and she goes like, you know what? This is the sixth time you are here. I think, well, okay. Then she calls the brand manager and she says, this is Shobah. She has been here for the sixth time. She needs to get this job no matter what. So I started in Isetan as a promoter, and then I went on to Clarins. I went on to Dr. Murad and a few other brands. So that's why I resonate with very good client care. So lots of people who have actually spoken to me, perhaps they actually realize that one thing that I always emphasize on is thorough consultation and thorough care in my work. It's not just Humpty Dumpty, you know, just put in some products. So that's how I started my journey. And in 2007-8, I realized that I could not be at the back of the counter selling products which I knew had chemicals in them. So day in, day out, I was not feeling happy anymore. But as an employee, I had to do what I've got to do because I'm paid for it, right? So then I went on to doing this penyelidikan, this research on ingredients of skincare, hair care, personal care, and stuff like that. And what I realized is that there's a lot of unwanted ingredients which are in our daily products that we use. So I started doing research. I even went to the US of A to actually look into formulations and stuff like that. And what happened after that, I did little trainings. You know, those days we have Star newspaper. I told you I'm a bit ancient, right? So we're talking about Star newspaper in columns. So what I did was that I used to advertise a 3-hour workshop. I still remember some of my topics was Fountain of Youth, that kind of name. And it attracted a lot of women to come and join from different walks of life, managers. I even had HR, even co-owners of KFC's wife, you know, those kind of datins coming in. But they always ask me, they were so, because we talked to them heart to heart about ingredients, we do demonstrations. And then they asked me one question before they left the room. What do I use now? What would you recommend to me? At that point of time, I did not have an answer. That was my big why. And then I came into Tribal Asia. So fast forward 2013, I founded the first products in 2008, 3 products. Pedal house to house. But then, yeah, that was a tough time. 2013, I started in Brickfields, which is there until today. I think that's where we met, Rosalie. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty much.
That's amazing journey, right, Rose? It's like I think the first takeaway was hustle shamelessly, and that's something that we both also learned along this way. And you know, you're also saying the same thing. I'll say, okay, fine, you're going to. This is the right thing to do. Hustle shamelessly.
True.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, knowing about the journey and the struggle that she actually gone through where she is now, I think that alone will inspire a lot of them to feel like she's here because she has gone through that. So everyone should make a step to actually do something so they will have that hope that they will reach there one day. So and current ladies are so gifted because they have a lot of women are willing to hold their hand and walk together with them.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I'm sure when Shobha, you were there and the competitors, nobody talks about community over competitor at that time. They probably look at it, oh, this woman coming, let's not share anything. Right? I'm sure you would have gone to that kind of thing because those mindset was like that time, right?
True. And then there was very less use of social media and hardly there. Yeah.
Correct. So you have to work on the offline media in order to make your name. So good job in that, Shobha. Good job.
That's amazing. All right. So now I would like to know what inspired you to come out of your comfort zone and be an entrepreneur. It's not easy to be an entrepreneur. Like you said, you have been an accountant and the transition, you know, having a child, getting married, and all those things that we all go through as a woman. But what makes you to come out from the comfort zone and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do? Entrepreneurship, and it's not easy either. So what made you do? What made you to do it and come out from the comfort zone?
Okay. I think I've always been fascinated by people who do business. And my parents, my mom was a housewife, my dad is a government servant. So I have started selling things in school from the age of 9, where, all those accessories from India. Those days going to India was very difficult for people.
Right.
So that's when my dad, he visited India and he bought lots of accessories and we didn't want to use it. So I started selling those things in school. And I'll keep telling my mom, can we sell kacang putih in the school? Can laku? Can we sell little things? So it's always been in me. And then came a time where I started working and I was like, oh my God, life sucks. You've got to be in the rut. You've got to wake up, face the jam, face your awful boss sometimes, unless you're really lucky. And there's a lot of politics as well. And I was just probably not so disciplined to work for people. Just put it that way. I was just not cut out for that. So I said, what is the other way that we have is that you build something for yourself. And I used to read a lot of motivational books. Those days we read books. Now it's all social media, television, all that.
Yeah,
Those days we were very much into books. And one of the books that I first read, I still remember, is Zig Ziglar. See You at the Top.
Yep.
That really, wow, taught me so many things. And I was this young girl at that time. I was like, I am 19 maybe, or 20, the max 19. And whenever I used to commute to work, I've just graduated. Whenever I used to commute to work, I used to read, and those were the things that actually motivated me. Books.
I think today, like what you said, we have social medias and all that. We are all the accessibility is much easier, but those days books were the only stream of us getting motivated and stories, inspiring stories. Yes, columns on Star newspaper, Malay Mail, and all that. Yeah, very very inspiring, to hear that
I
from
still
you.
read books, okay? I still prefer to have a book in my hand and a coffee during a time where I just want to be off of everything. Yes, I still go to the book. There are books that I have, which is in the boxes, and I say, I'm not going to give this away. Let it be that it's my collection. Books, yeah.
I think books
Okay.
give you that different kind of feeling when you're reading it. You're actually, touching it, holding it. It just gives you
Yeah.
that emotional attachment. Okay, I don't know.
Correct. It's something different, and it's good to know a lot of us who still read. I'm sure you still read, even though there's social media. Given you a book for you, it's like I have seen your post also saying that you read books, that you
Yeah.
actually talk about books. So yeah, so that's
Talking
a
about
habit that
talking about books, actually, I have to share this. At one point of time, when my daughter, when I was pregnant, we always read books at night, my husband and myself. And there was a point when she was born, we didn't have television in our house. We had a library instead. So that's how we
Hmm,
loved books. And by the
yeah,
age of
that's nice.
9, my daughter actually authored a book. So she sells them even
Wow.
until today to get contribution to send girl children to school. So that's her
Yes,
project.
I think I remember that. What was the project name again?
It's first she started with Asha Nepal. Now she's with Vision World Vision, that children's that you can adopt and you pay every
Ah,
month for their school and their stationery and stuff like that.
That's great. And I would like to know that you're also a writer. You're in your journey to become a writer. You're writing a book right now. And I would like to know who's your favorite writer, author currently. If you want to share it to another person, who's the
Mm,
favorite book author that you would like to share?
Me, I would say, well, I don't have a particular author as per se, but some of the books that have really motivated me. Of course, it has to be Zig Ziglar because that was my virgin book on motivation. Before that, it was before that it was Mills and Boons and Little
yeah,
Nightmares, horror stories. But
correct.
when
Any
you talk about
title.
yeah, when you talk about motivation, it was Zig Ziglar. So I still think of him as my first step to a different world. And then of course we have Oprah. I like some of her work. I read some of her work. I like Eckhart Tolle, with his Power of Now. And of late, I've been more into Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, and Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. I think those are the books of the books, mother of all
Mm,
books.
Other
So
of
mm.
all
so
books.
so yeah. So that's pretty much what I dig in these days. Yeah.
Right. It's great.
Amazing. good to know that side of yours. Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
being a businesswoman, being a speaker, and now you're venturing into writing books, how do you manage your time, Shobha?
Okay, this is it is a little bit challenging. I have to admit. Okay, and there are certain days that I still feel that I don't do what I should be doing, and then I knock my head, and then I said, okay, let's just move forward. So as what you said, Roslyn, there is a time that you want to shut off everything and just be yourself and do a lot of inner work. And when I do this inner work, I find that I become more productive, at least for a certain period of time. And this is how, like, I try to keep my little jadwal. And certain days, if I say I'm not cooking. That's it, because
Hmm.
that's how it's gonna be. Okay. Thank God, because my daughter is a little grown up, so I don't really have to feed them. So that's a blessing. Apart from that, I think it's pretty much discipline. So it's like what time you wake up, what how many hours you want to burn the midnight oil, that kind of thing. Just adjust lah.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for the tips. Going inwards helps us to be more motivated few days. I shall try that
Absolutely.
more often.
Self-awareness, amazing. Yeah, that's great. Definitely, definitely a tip to take away to those who are watching.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm sure that with all that is happening, you started from the bottom at the grassroots of it as a promoter, and then you moved up, building your own pathways. Of course, things are not going to be always easy. So what keeps you going when things get tough in your life?
Because like when you read the right books, and I have a spiritual guru as well. So this sort of inner work that I was talking about actually brings you back to your roots. There are days that I'm really down, so I don't deal with much with people. I don't even answer my clients. I'll tell them I need some time. I'll get back to you tomorrow, because I don't want that kind of negative state where I'm dealing with my clients or I'm replying my clients, because I believe in energy and vibration in everything that there is, and people can sense you. And even if you post a content or post for a picture or whatsoever, it just people can just see it. It's so glaring. And this is what my experience is. So whenever I'm down, I go back to reading, I go back to the inner work that I mentioned. Sometimes it's good to speak to good friends who are always there, to they may not be able to help you in certain ways, but they can definitely hear you out. And that itself. And my BFFFF is my mom. I'm so glad that I have my mom with me. So yeah, I'll tell her all my what you call negative parts, and I feel like so down. I feel like giving up sometimes. Why don't people understand? This lady thing lah. So I feel I'm really blessed. I have a very good circle of women who uh, I'm accessible to when I need to. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's really
That's
amazing.
the most important. That support that you need to have during those time, and having those who wants to lift you up rather than agreeing and then putting fire. Those people. Some people will add on fire when you're actually talking. That doesn't help. That doesn't help.
True.
You have someone who tells you that okay, fine, but we are in a deep shit, but it's okay. We are going to go through this. you know,
Yes, you
we are
can do
in
it,
it
girl.
together. Yeah, we are just in it together. We don't know how, but we will figure it out. Those
Yeah.
kind of the support that you get is something that all of us look forward for. Like I and once,
Definitely blessed.
yeah, we are just a believer of that. That as long as we have a support system, we will definitely be able to achieve whatever we want to achieve. Without
Yeah.
the
Your
support system,
your
is where we
soulmate,
will
your
drop.
soulmate, your
Yeah.
soulmate.
Yeah. Made for each other.
Good for each another. Yeah, correct. Okay.
That
Yeah.
is so important because you only need one person to tell you that I trust you and you can do this and this too shall pass. Or we'll go through this together. That's all it means. That's all it takes that they rebuild their life, that moment. That's what they need at the moment. I think all of us need that, definitely. Amazing.
Correct.
Very
Okay,
true.
great. Great, Shobha. So now I also know you do a lot of work giving back to the community, to the society. I have seen you have done a lot of talks, you have done a lot of motivational gathering as well, that you actually get the ladies together and talk and have fun, and you create a space for them to have the me time. So good job in that. And what's the value are you actually creating in the community by organizing and by being just you?
Okay, because I can relate to what some women could be going through right now. We all go in different phases. For some people, they are in a more better off level of phase, but some people they could be their worst phase ever. So being in that journey myself, when I needed a lot of motivation at one point of time, I was not able to find people to even talk to. So it was very difficult. And I empathize because I've gone through that. I can understand the feeling. And I always feel that the women who come to me, even like we become friends after consulting over the skin and whatsoever, and then they start pouring out their situations or their dilemmas, and they ask for advice, and then we become friends. So what happens is that I know that a lot of women that I've met in my journey, a lot of them have similar wants, similar needs, and similar problems or challenges. So when we get ladies like this together, just like what you said, just a place for them to be themselves, to forget about everything else for that point of time and moment. And like what said, all they wanted to hear was something positive, something to show that they are a warrior in their own way. It's just a matter of time, and it's just a matter of getting their grip together. So I felt that this can be done one to one, obviously, but it can also be done in a group. And I am a certified hypnotherapist, so I do a lot of counseling. I don't publicize those. I do it as my extra paid forward kind of thing. So we do a lot of work for affirmation, getting rid of phobia, fear, relationship breakouts, depression, etc., etc. So I think because I have that, it is definitely a plus point because I think people can feel your vibes, and they just PM to PU and say, I just feel like talking to you. I do not know why. This is
Yeah.
what I'm going through. So yeah, so I'll try my best to facilitate the process of their journey. And I tell them that you need to navigate your ship, but we could off and on probably just be a source of support. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. Your word heals them. Sometimes they just
Yeah.
know that you can connect to them, and it's not
Yeah.
everyone that they can open up to. They are very selective to who they are opening up to. Very very selective, and they really trust the person a lot. And I think you're very much blessed in that way. It's a different aura. It's a different vibration that the person who as such carry. Definitely blessed, Shobha. Definitely blessed.
You guys are doing the same. So yeah, thanks for this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, we are all
this is
aligned in the same universe.
yeah, through that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Right. So, with of course, starting up a business, and then you're also into spiritual journey and all that. Going back to your business, you definitely have competitors, right? What is your take on community over competition?
Okay, this is a very good question because competition is necessary and it is inevitable. So I think the first phase is that we need to get into the acceptance. Now, what the sad part is that a lot of people, I'm sorry to say this, I'm not sure how many people are watching or I can't see, but when you go into a business, please don't always think that you need to win all the time, because the reality is you will gain some, you will lose some. This is law of cause and effect. If there is day, there is night. If there is hot, there is cold. And likewise, there are nicer days for you when things are good, your business is going well, your product is going well. But there are certain days it's going to be just the opposite. And competition also puts you in your place so that you are not so arrogant, if you ask me. I know some people who have been doing very well in business, whichever industry. After a while, when things fizzle out or they get competitors, their arrogance doesn't work anymore. So more than
Mm,
any era, I think right now people look into value and you can't fake it. It's very temporary. So competition is healthy, but competing with the right kind of industry, right kind of players is what we want. Not bogus. I'm talking about like in my beauty industry, skincare industry, there are lots of people with crazy products. I cannot emphasize enough for customers to stop going into that, I would say, black magic kind of thing, because it just gets your skin even worse. So that's pretty much on the technical part of it. So as long as the platform is fair and just, then I think competition is good.
Thank you, Shobha. Thank you. That's a great take on that. And this is the most important question of the day, where what is financial independence means to you?
Everything. Because it means everything, because as much as we could be at a higher conscious level, at a spiritual realm, whatsoever said and done, we live in a world where material existence and material comfort, and I would say necessity, okay, is very important. And whether or not you like it, in order for us to traverse in this journey, we need to have certain kind of security and certain kind of buffer if you choose to have kids, for instance. So today competition is everywhere. Everyone's really working hard to make money, and if you are going to just rely on one source of income in your family, well, for some people it might work, but for some people an additional source of income is definitely welcomed. So to me, being independent is like, okay, let's say it's your husband's birthday and you're not working and he gives you allowance, or sometimes it doesn't. Probably he just buys something for your house and everything is taken care of. Now, when it's his birthday or if it is Valentine's Day, you want to buy him something. Now, where on earth do you get that money from? You ask him or you take his allowance and you buy back. To me, it's very, well, I feel uncomfortable. And to me, if I want to belanja my friends, I want to go teh tarik, I say, hey, come, today lunch is on me. I must have that confidence and that independence to do so. If I want to take my mom, like, I like to go traveling with her. If I want to travel with her and I want to go and stay in nice hotels and things like that, I shouldn't be worried of having to burden someone else to spend that money. So to me, that's what financial independence today is everything. Yeah.
Well said.
Truly
Well
resonate.
said.
Truly
I
resonate.
Yeah, I think it's awesome what you just said. It's like that's what we all are trying to pass, I think, across to everybody. So thank you, Shobha. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for that.
And we are not even getting into situations where you just want to, one day you just get ditched, or for some reason. Where are you going to go? Where are your
Yeah,
kids going to go? Are you able to
correct.
provide for them? Are you going to be taking care of them? So
Yeah.
you can't live your life with handouts. Nothing comes for free.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
yeah, that's very
Well said.
situational.
Well
Well said. Well said. Dissected it right on point.
said. Yeah.
What's I know that is her burning
Yeah, it's like burning.
Desire.
thing.
Yeah, that's a burning
Yeah,
desire. She's like, wow, she must be Moon
I
now. Oh,
know.
wow. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Funny that someone's talking, someone's feeling the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know it's just not easy, for becoming an entrepreneur and all that. What is that one advice that you would give another homepreneur or anyone who wants to start a business? What would you tell them?
I find that there's a lot of things that can be said about this. Because a lot of people ask me for opinions as well. Sis, I wanted to start this, I wanted to start it. But first thing, I wonder if some of them, yes, but a lot of them, is their why big enough? I'm sorry to say, more than 50-60% of them, their why is not big enough. If they have a quarrel, if they have a situation at that point of time, they koba koba, they want to do it, But after a while, the koba koba, you are the one koba koba after that. You are already like,
Sangat
and when you
resonate
follow
dalam
up,
hati.
I know. And you are feeling more than them, like what that Vairagyam, they say, you are feeling
Mm-hmm.
more than them.
Can so relate to that.
You touch base with them after a couple. I'm not even talking about couple of months, just couple of weeks, and like, இல்ல sis பரவாயில்ல நான் நினைக்கிறேன் இப்படியே இருந்துடுறேன், that kind of thing, and that makes me angry a bit.
Oh
I have to say,
yes, absolutely.
I think that's where you go like, what?
what
I
the
gave
fish?
you half part of my life one whole day talking to you, guiding you and
True.
everything. You come back and tell me this, and after all, it's not even my life.
Correct. So I've learned how to put in a filter there, and just do what I need to do. Because earlier I was over emotional, like it's my thing. I want to see them do this. I want to see them come up. But end of the day, I realized I just need to do my job. And that's why I used the word facilitate earlier.
Mm.
They own it.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, like, back to your question, for the rest, so the why has to be big enough, which means when your why is big enough, no matter what happens, whether it's COVID or COVID or whatever, you will still say, hey, look,
I'm going to do this.
yeah, whatever does not kill you only makes you stronger, and you just go on and do it. So I wish more women will have, maybe even write it down. What is their big why? And is it strong enough? Then you come into the competitive market that we are in today. Everywhere is competition. Nobody's going to say, hey, my product is okay lah, not so good. Everybody's going to say, my product is the best, right? But you need to deliver. You look at the commitment level, even in terms of hygiene. If you are in makeup, I mean, I work with a lot of makeup artists. I attend a lot of courses with them. Do you look your profession? I still don't get 10 out of 10. In fact, sometimes you are lucky if you get 3 or 4 out of 10. So why on earth would I want to give you business when you are not practicing what you preach? That kind of thing. So these are the things that we are really lagging. So there's a lot of advice that we can give, but we don't know where to start. So of course, my aim is also, because I've just started an NGO. Everything's in process. So after lockdown, hopefully we'll be doing some activities. And this NGO is mainly for me to bring in not just Indians, but also Chinese and Malays inside, to see what we can actually do together as a community. Where if just one man show, I know I just can't do anything. Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, you definitely have a why there. Somehow you get aligned to those who need it and those who can assist you in that journey.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think
And
the
one more
why.
thing is the word competition. I think you need to look at collaboration. So many people are envious and jealous of another businesswoman. Where's that going to lead us? Where is that going to lead us? I don't know. It's scary. And I would bluntly say, even if they wanted to shoot me down for this, our community has a lot of this. I'm sorry, but from my experience and my opinion. So lawyer,
Truly
please don't
agree
sue
with
me
that.
for that.
No, you're truly agreeing with that. So it's all together.
Yeah.
It's actually very true. That's the reason why I emphasize a lot about creating a community, even if you're in the same business. I put that and I drill that especially into my participants' head, because I want them to have those mindset. I don't want them to have oh, she's selling same product of me and then we are enemies. No, cannot. You shouldn't, because the moment that gets into you, you start seeing everything in a different point of view. So I emphasize a lot about other person is not your enemy. It's not that you,
Correct.
everyone get your share. Business is given evenly. In Malay there's this one nice uh, phrase that they always say, rezeki tak salah alamat.
Fuyo.
They always say
Okay.
that, rezeki tak salah alamat. So if you are meant to
Yeah.
get the rezeki, it will come to you. It won't go to other people. So I
Correct.
think, yeah, we need to educate more to our community. Yeah, Nandu kada happens in our community quite a lot.
I also have a way. How can you be different? உலகத்துல எத்தனை பொண்ணுங்க இருந்தா நீ ஏன் ஜெஸின்னு சுத்துன அதுதான் USP. Create that. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Every woman is there. Why you went after this one particular woman? No, you're all having competitors, but what makes you you is your unique selling proposition. Focus on that, and you should know, like you said, why do you do what you do? That big why is what you need to answer. That's
Yeah.
all. Amazing. Right.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much, Shobha. Thank you for all the insights that you have given us. So now we're going to end with a
Thank
serious
you.
topic. So we're going to go into the fun topic of rapid fire. So yeah,
Okay.
you want to you drink some water before we
Yeah.
start?
This is my coffee cup. See?
Wow, so big a coffee cup.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't have a coffee. Look at her
Yeah.
coffee cup.
Is that
That's
coffee?
how we're surviving. Yeah, literally. But it's like lesson now. Keeps me going for the whole day, definitely.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to start off asking you the rapid fire question. What makes you smile?
Smile.
Yep,
What
smile.
makes me smile? My dog.
Wow. What dog do you have?
I have a Shetland sheepdog.
Okay. I need to Google for that.
He's really good. He's really cute.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, does he have a name?
Huh?
Does he have a name? He or she have a name? Sorry.
Sammy.
Okay, Sammy. I
Sammy.
know we're not supposed to call as he or
Sammy's the
she.
male. Yeah.
All right. I kind of
Okay,
resonate as friends and humans as well. Pets are lovely. Right. Okay. So your next question is, if you can describe yourself in 3 words, what would that be?
Fun, sexy, maybe, and and compassionate.
That's lovely. I think
that's sweet.
that's Shobah. This is Shobah. Fun,
Yeah.
compassionate, and sexy. Wonderful.
Nice. Suits you well.
Thank you.
And if you could be an animal, what would it be?
I would want to be a wolf
Why wolf?
because that is my spirit animal, actually.
Oh, all right. That's nice. See, a lot of insights are coming out now, right?
Cool.
And
All
wolf
right.
always travels in packs.
I like that. Yes.
நான் ஒரு ஆள் இல்ல.
பின்னால 100 பேரு.
All right. Okay, this is actually Rose's favorite question. I'll take the honor to ask this. Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook.
Right.
We all are Facebook eras lah.
Senang sikit lah, tak suka complicate semua.
Okay, and another wonderful, beautiful question that we always, and something that we all always emphasize as well: bedtime or me time?
Me time.
Me time. Yes, I knew that was the answer.
Yeah. Great. So what do you do with your me time?
Oh wow, where do I start? Well, I read. I just sit there doing nothing. I chant. I just watch TV sometimes. I just don't want anybody to be with me. That's all. That's the secret.
Resonates. Just leave me alone. Great. All right. Yeah. So, what is the one thing about women that man needs to know?
We gave birth to you.
You know, I actually watched this dialogue in a movie recently, Saho.
Seriously?
You know, she said that, how could you be so selfish? ஆண்கள் உங்களுக்கே வந்து இவ்வளவு செல்ஃபிஷ் இருந்துச்சுன்னா உங்களை பெத்த எங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு இருக்கும்
Oh really?
Watch that movie.
I need to watch this, okay?
Yes, Saho. Yeah, no, I watched it on Astro. Yes, Astro.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be available anywhere. Yeah, it's this Prabhas guy, and you should watch. Very heartwarming.
I will.
Rose, also for you.
I watched already.
Okay.
It's very advanced.
movie. I cannot miss.
Thanks. I got something to watch now.
Yeah. Okay. And what is that one thing you would put on your bucket list?
My bucket list. Actually, it is a bucket list for my retiring time, maybe another maximum 7-8 years. That would be, I want to start my Gurukul, teaching all the young children mainly about Dharma and Karma and the syllabus of Bhagavad Gita.
Nice. Wow.
Very inspiring.
Yeah, Shobha, that just
the bucket list.
Even hearing it feels very bliss.
Yeah, I mean, when you started, please let us know. I'm waiting to send 2 of my boys, definitely.
Yeah, so you will have to wait another 7-8 years. Your boys will be teenagers by then.
Okay, definitely. I'll still send them.
That's a different headache level to
manage at that time. Yeah.
Mine is a teenager, so I know.
Ooh, okay. But it
Yeah,
never gets better, right? Everybody says it gets better over time,
it
and it
doesn't.
just
It doesn't
never.
get.
Just a different set of problem, different angle of it. Great.
It's all in your pattern, in your karmic pattern. Too bad. Enjoy
Too
it.
How
bad.
bad.
Agree with
How
it.
hard are we getting it? It's all our karma. Oh my God.
Betul.
Let's not go there.
Right. I also see that Shobha is a very, very spiritual person. You know, she's very, very aligned with the inner self and all that. So, can you also tell who inspires you, Shobha?
Well, actually, 5 years back, 5 years back, I lost my dad, and at that
Sorry.
point of time, yeah, it's all right. Before that, couple of years before that, I always heard about these Bhagavad Gita classes and all. I've always been drawn towards it, but never got a chance to put myself in the class. And it's some of my one family friend actually she was going and all that. So when Appa was no more, my mom went into a very bad depression state. And I asked the person again for the fourth time, is any classes going to start soon? Because I would like to enroll myself. And she said yes. So July, this thing happened, and in September they were having an intake. And so I asked my mom because I looked at her, she was totally lost. 40 over years of, you know,
Mm,
not including your paktor years. My parents had love marriage. Mom is a
mm.
Bengali, dad is a Marathi and Tamil. Those days they have to really fight to
To get
get together.
together, my.
So then she said, yes, please, anything that will help me. And then we went to this class. But before I went in, I have said to myself, if I do not find the facilitator or the guru right, I'm just skipping. That's it. The very first class I went, the holy book was literally like talking to me. And I said, this is it for me. And then it started on. So a lot of things happened. My daughter had tumor. I prayed a lot, and she is totally, completely healed. Touch wood. I will just share this because it's our community. Last year in June, my husband was diagnosed with rare blood cancer, and things just shook for me. And the whole night it was all about prayers. And I'm talking to you this. I was praying to none other than Lord Narsimha, and today is his appearance or birthday, and I'm so gifted. You see how it,
The lines.
Yeah.
didn't have to ask. You didn't have to ask me this question, but you did. It was not in the question list. So anyhow, and after 2 days, when we went and did the blood test, they couldn't find anything. So every time he reminds us that he is there, and
Mm,
I always believed in body and soul. I know some people don't, but I believe in body and soul. It's like your phone not having a battery, it doesn't work. No matter how beautiful you are, end of the day, they will say the body is leaving at whatever time. So why is the ego
mm,
there? So this is how things have just, made me understand a lot of things. So I like to bring this forward to people who just care to listen. You don't have to be, seriously into it or a devotee or whatsoever. But if it helps, to me, this is motivational. Makes you feel
Yep,
light. By just
correct.
listening, it makes you feel light. It makes you feel like, oh yeah, maybe there is something like that. So just start thinking intelligently. But you don't really have to take it so seriously. Enjoy life. So people say, oh, but you dress like this. You sit in pubs. I don't drink. I've never drank, so I don't think I need that to make me high. Because sorry, but I will act the craziest, but I'm the safest there because I don't drink. So that's how
We
I
need
look
you
at it,
people like you.
because I can drive back home safely.
Yeah.
But
Yep,
I've
yep, yep.
always always felt that you have to Yedam yeval porul. So you have to be dressing the way you want to be in different areas. I can't wear all my tilak and everything and go into my office to see clients or go to a pub. But when I go to a pub, I dress like that. So the spirituality is in my character. And
The
wherever I
value
go,
is in there. It's grounded in you.
yeah,
Don't have to be
Yeah.
portrayed.
it just changes according to time, kan? So that's what people are like, oh, are you for real? I said yes. I've seen people who have gone through very very big shots, after a certain age or certain years, they are just so humble, and I learn from them. Every time the anger comes up, the ego comes up, I use these people as my motivational points. And I said, who are we after all in this mighty vast ocean? And look at what the virus is doing to us. That's a good example lah.
Yeah. Yep.
None other better than the virus itself. It's like everyone is the same. Stay at home.
Correct.
It doesn't matter if they have a bungalow or a hut. You all live
Correct.
under the roof. Stay at home. It's amazing.
And no matter how
Nice.
we preach that, nobody listens. Everybody was just out there rushing, and now just like, okay, I'm not even going out. It's like the virus just made everyone,
Yeah,
the entire world, to listen to that.
well, my business is definitely going through a loss because we can't open for our services, which makes close to 50% of our income. But then again, you need to be alive to have that money and spend. So every
Yep.
time I feel a bit kanchong, I just say, no, 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 you need to be alive. Only then business comes. So I think spirituality gives you this inner strength and common sense that is not so common anymore with a lot of people.
Love that. I love
I
the
love
last part.
Yeah, it's very on point.
I
And
think
yes,
you
I
can even
think
have, like Rosalind, you can have a class teaching common sense also. You might have a good target audience with it. Oops.
ouch, ouch, that's painful.
I'm glad the session is going to end soon. I'm becoming a bit crazy now. I told you I don't need drinks to be high. I just drank water.
Right, and you can be like surrounded by like people like us. It will come out more.
We'll be
Yes,
crazy together. Trust me.
I think
Okay,
just
now I got
recently,
it.
yeah, Rose, you want to talk about the quote that you read about Jack Ma recently?
Yeah, I was telling, the verse that I suddenly, the day I actually was thinking, and I said 2020 is not a year to talk about what goal have you achieved. It's more of a year that if we are alive, we are good. I had the thought, and I read this phrase from Jack Ma saying that 2020 is not about your business success, but if you are stay alive until then, that's
It's
already a
already a
biggest win.
profit.
That's
Yeah, it's
already a
absolutely.
profit. When I read that, I'm like,
Understand.
oh my God. It's like, seriously, that's what it is. So 2020 is all
Yeah.
about survival and being alive. It's not about just we need to go through this, survive this, and we just need to be alive in 2021 to overcome whatever we lost in 2020.
Perhaps even longer. So we got to brace ourselves.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah,
find a way. We'll find a way. The new norm. We'll
yeah.
definitely find a way.
Correct.
Right,
Okay,
this is
now
Rose's
I
favorite
got
question.
yep. My favorite question. I got a very
I'm going to
juicy
do my
question to ask.
quiz now.
Are we still on this rapid fire actually?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay.
Ah. So
Now I'm more
describe
stressed.
the perfect kiss in 3 words. Look
Haven't
at
had
it.
one.
What is that? Can you say it again? What was that? Too fast.
She said 3 words. Haven't had one.
You must be kidding
Yeah.
me. All right. Rose, are you stuck there? Rose went
Yes.
missing. She's
Rose is stuck
frozen.
there.
She's frozen with your answer.
She's shocked with my answer, I guess.
Okay, she's still stuck there and frozen in time. Let it go. Rose, come back.
Okay, what
Oh
happened?
yeah, she was
The
hypnotized.
moment he said that, it went blank.
Which means I'm telling you the
She
truth.
said, I haven't had one. And it just went blank. Shobha, what kind of power was that?
Hypnotherapy.
I was like, seriously, something is going on, man.
Yeah, kuch hota
Okay, I
hai.
hope you're not
What the heck?
No, he was just here to take something and he just left. My
when
life
he
is
said that.
my life is an open book. No hiding.
Okay, he probably will go like, there she goes.
There she goes
He-
again.
He probably like maybe now I should do something better.
Ah. So this is all that, that what they call that tundil for that.
Ah. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yes. And the last and the
The final
best
question. So if you were given a chance to date a movie star, who would it be?
Amir Khan.
Oh, I love him. I love him too.
question.
All his movies are
Always.
amazing.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
It's just too good.
I love all his movies as well. So I think he has lots. So movie stars can be shared by few, so it's okay.
He's so intelligent. I definitely want to sit with him. Yeah.
Absolutely,
All right.
and the way he characterized, portrays the character truly very original and authentic.
Yeah, he
Is
doesn't
there
try
any
to
favorite movie of yours of him?
oh, many. I watched his movie, Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi. I think at least about 15, 20 times. That was when I was
Is
way
it like
younger, way younger.
this one? I was like, okay, what movie is that?
Yeah,
It was a
but
very, very nice. It's a love story, but very, very well written.
Okay, so I'm gonna watch that movie later. Like
Good.
you watch Saho and I'll watch this.
Okay.
Great.
okay. So Shobha, thank you so much for spending your evening with us. We have a lot of audience that said hi to you. We have Bella Love said hi, Dishwari said hi, Beauties. June said you are a rocking lady. And yeah, Superwoman Shobha Roy, June said that. And after that, I don't know where she says a lot of them has been watching it. I'm sure there's a lot of take back out of this. Those ladies would have definitely heard from you. You spoke from your heart. And I'm sure it would have touched many people's life as well. So there will be a changes that the ripple effect. We are waiting for the ripple effect. So your words has actually I really believe it will make a lot of difference in many of them. So thank you so much for all the insights that you have shared with us, Shubha.
Thank you
Would you
to
like to
both of
say
you.
anything?
Yes, yes, yes. First of all, I really have to thank both of you for having me in. So my humble pranams and gratitude to the two of you. I'm so happy that we all spoke from our heart. It was really nice, and I hope that whoever that has tuned in, probably they would also have some takeaway which they could use, to for themselves. Yeah, something like that. Thank you so much. I'm really, really grateful for this.
Our greatest pleasure. Our greatest pleasure. Thank you for being with us. I think it takes a lot to actually agree to be around, for an interview like this because we're not going to talk about business. It's just talking about empowering, talking from the heart. We believe everything comes from the heart. Everything has to start from the heart. Otherwise, you like the question that you asked: why do you do what you do? And that is why we are here today. And I connected to a lot of things that you have actually said today. It truly resonates in my heart. It feels like okay, nice to hear someone actually speaking about it. And I also learned something from you today about the self-awareness because that is so important. And only if that is addressed and identified, you're actually living your life fullest. Living your life, living the purpose of your life. Very, very nice takeaways, Shobha. I really enjoyed my session with you. I didn't realize we are almost 53 minutes right now, but it just felt the minutes just ran
Exactly.
away.
Yeah, time just passed by.
Thank you.
Okay, and
Amazing.
a lot of them are saying hello, beautiful.
Thank you,
A lot of
amazing
them commenting.
ladies. Thank you so much, and you guys are doing such a great job. It's I think you guys are like one of the pioneers who are doing this. Please do it. Always try your best to keep it going. A lot of people can come on board, and yeah,
Surely, surely keep going front and while bringing others together. I think that's what both me and Rosalie resonate. And I know that you're also doing the same thing. All the best for your NGO that you're starting. Yeah, anytime you need any guidance, just ping me if you need. If I know,
definitely.
I will definitely share with you. And Rosie's here
Thank
as
you.
well. We're all here. Just ask us anything, Tak rugi share pun, kan?
Yeah, yes. So thank you so much, Shobha. And after the MCO, let's meet up. We supposed to meet up, and it never happened. And now MCO. So yeah, we will definitely catch up for that coffee. Okay?
Sure. No,
And
we
we
will we
will.
will go to the pub, but I will accompany you.
But I don't drink as well.
We don't drink as well.
Oh yes, sir. Then for us, kedai
Hmm.
mama only best.
Yes, kedai mama.
Yeah,
That one, yes.
got it. Got it. And
So
coffee.
Nice.
yeah. So let's end this session with our famous Mom's Village pose where you put your hands together like that and then give us the beautiful smile of yours. Ah, so sweet. Thank you. Mwah. Love you all. Thank you so much for
Thank you
being
so
with us.
much.
Yes, and you have been listening to Ms Shobah Roy, the owner of Tribal Asia and a woman empowerment lady who stays strong behind. And if you have any questions, please ask her, message her. She will be kind. She will be very open, and you can talk to her a lot of inner connection. We had a good conversation 2 weeks back, and I had every time I talk to her, there's something that always makes me excited to have the conversation again with her because she gives you that kind of energy. So whoever feels like you need someone who you can relate to, you want to talk to somebody, yeah, you have her also. All right.
Shobah Roy, please get connected to her, right? Thank you so much, and let's meet up again on our next episode. Till then, please subscribe to our Moms Village Malaysia, and bye, ladies.
Bye. See you. Mwah.